4. We have one matter on the docket this afternoon. Again, good afternoon, everyone. Do we have Ms. Zalesniak? All right, participant on iPhone. If you will unmute and identify yourself for the court, please.
It's Jessica Ferguson.
All right, are you on 2 devices, Ms. Ferguson?
Yeah, Timmy phone more.
No, sir, I'm only on one device.
Okay. So then there is somebody else then on iPhone, even though you may be on an iPhone.
Your Honor, it could be Glenn Crocker. 4283 is the last 4 at litem for PF.
That sounds like Mr. Crocker to me. What about y'all?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Your Honor,
Good
my
afternoon, Ms.
client's
Rice.
not going to be able to be here. He thought once we settled on Monday that he didn't have to come, and he didn't ask off from work. And he loses pay every time he, shows up. But, I know the one issue we have left or 2, he's not opposed to any of it. So,
All right. Well, glad to hear that you all settled to some extent. Mrs. Lesniak, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I was just wrapping up a meeting for my drug cases. So I don't know how much of that you caught before I muted myself.
Okay, well, don't be conflating those with ours.
Well, actually, there's a lot of overlap. You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. But
All
I
right.
do still have the availability of my witness problem. My people had that training today.
Right. I do recall that. And so did you all not reach an MSA that disposes of all of the matters? Ms. Wright seemed to indicate not.
It should dispose of everything that's going to remain after we were missing a party. And Bonnie couldn't agree on behalf of her client without there.
Sure.
So we
All
have
right.
something to address with him, but assuming that goes the way I think it will, then everything else will be addressed in MSA.
Okay, can
We have
you,
one outstanding issue. There's one for the judge to consider in the MSA regarding respondent mother.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
all right, so it sounds like we'll not be able to do any of that without your witness, Ms. Zalesniak, is that right?
I'm not sure the issue that Lori is referring to may be something that you can address without my witnesses. I'm not sure who it's really just argument, I think, but I'm not the one that's having to deal with that part of it. Can we just explain it to him?
So Judge, there was an issue of if the mother were to test positive in the future for methamphetamines, whether her visits would become virtual only, or if she could wear PPE and still have in-person visits. So that's an issue that we all agreed to bring to you. I don't think that I don't know if anybody has any witnesses regarding that. I think it is simply testimony or argument.
All right, and you all reached an agreement with Mr. Ferguson except for what issues? Beyond that one, if any?
I think that is Mr. Ferguson's, once Bonnie's client once we address the issues with Bonnie's client, the MSA covers everything with Mr. Ferguson except that issue about if she were to test positive, how would the visits continue or would they continue?
And how would they continue?
Right.
Well, and I think the only other thing that we have on the table is Ms. Wright has a motion to sever the 2 cases, which I'm opposed to. I don't know that anybody else is either.
Did Ms. Moore, you kind of broke up, at least on my end. Did you say you're not opposed or you are?
I'm not opposed to the severance.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to the severance.
it's just going to result in 2 separate orders because there's a divorce involving Nola, and it doesn't involve Phoebe.
Right, and I've ordered that transfer and consolidation, haven't I? Yes.
I don't know that it was ever consolidated, but
I don't know that it was either. And unfortunately, being on Zoom, I can't just grab the clerk's spot. So
Right. Okay, so we can take care of that. So the court will hereby order based on your agreement in the best interest, unless there's any more arguments concerning the severance. All right, so the court will order the children's cases severed. Having ordered the transfer of NF's case, I will order it consolidated. Hereby. All right, and Ms. McPherson, your client has informed you as to what her desires were, should the mother test positive for meth in the future.
No, Your Honor. As from the last time that I've talked to my client, of course, my client has always wanted to be home with her mother. And she had the conference with you in chambers, Your Honor. To me, if I was to guess that she would not want to have her visits to be stopped in any kind of way, I just don't know that at her age, PPE is going to matter.
I didn't get that last sentence.
That at her age, that PPE would matter.
All right.
Because she's a teenager.
Yes. Once I heard you, I understood you. All right. I think we all agree in it, or we all understand. I don't, you'll let me know if there's not an agreement that given our dismissal date of 11/2, we're going to need to at least commence the trial on the merits today, get as much as we can get done, sans the network's case manager. So any objections to that, let me know at this point. All right, thank you. So on the record, in cause number 64140, in the interest of PF and NF, any objections, the court having severed these cases, any objections to my hearing them together?
No objection.
No.
All right, so
No
calling,
objection.
thank you, calling both cases together. And Ms. Ferguson, let me get you on the record to unmute your device. Start your video, please, if you can. Let me get you to announce on the record. I know you're here. You announced earlier, but Jessica Ferguson.
It's Jessica Ferguson.
All right, thank you. I have you marked present, and
Okay.
if you'll just leave your video going, please. Next,
Okay.
calling for Brock Kerr. Brock Kerr. All right, no answer. No one at all is in the waiting room presently. And although I did hear Ms. Wright's announcement about Mr. Ferguson, I will go ahead and call for him anyway. Michael Ferguson. All right, no answer. No one in the waiting room. If you all see otherwise, please let me know. All right, any further announcements or matters we need to take up before someone calls their first? Is there an MSA that's been executed and filed?
Yes, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Judge, and if needed, I can call my client and go ahead and get that proved up and entered.
Okay. All right. Any
Sufficient
objection
for
to
our
my?
starting.
All right. Thank you. Any objection to my taking judicial notice of it?
No objection.
No, Your Honor.
All right. So the court will hereby take judicial notice of the parties' MSA. And Ms. Moore, thank you. You may let me get Ms. Ferguson sworn in. Ms. Ferguson, if you'll raise your right hand, we'll get you sworn in.
Okay.
Okay, the screen for me is narrow, so I see your thumb. All
You
right.
see it?
I see
Okay.
your thumb. Okay. All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Moore, you may proceed.
Judge, first, I would like to offer Respondent Mother's Exhibit 1, which is the mediated settlement agreement, and I would ask for permission to publish.
Any objections?
No.
None.
All right, thank you, Mr. Crocker. I should have anticipated this. Let me enable that screen share feature. Okay, so Ms. Moore, you may publish.
Thank you.
So Respondent Mother's number 1 is hereby admitted without objections.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Ms. Preston? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recognize this document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so you're looking at page 1 right now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you recognize page 2?
Correct.
Do you recognize page 3?
Yes.
Do you recognize page 4?
Yes.
Do you recognize page 5?
Yes.
And do you recognize page 6?
Yes.
Is this the mediated settlement agreement that you signed and entered into on October 21st of 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the signature that you see on page 6 here above your name, is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
At the time that you entered into this agreement, were you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Were you experiencing any mental health episodes that would impair your ability to understand what you were agreeing to?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand and agree that in this agreement on page 2, that you are going to be named as a possessory conservator of your 2 children in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that that's in the best interest of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've also agreed that Mr. Ferguson will be appointed the permanent managing conservator of the 2 children, correct?
Correct.
Do you also believe that that's in the children's best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we came up with a possession and access schedule to ensure that you have continual contact with your children and can participate in their lives, correct?
Correct.
And that goes into 5 stages. Is that right?
That's right.
And if you meet the requirements under one phase, then you're able to move up to the second, to the third, and so on, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we also carved out some holiday time for you. Is that right?
That's right.
And there's some drug testing provisions for you as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you also you agreed to, and you're going to be ordered to pay $100 per month in child support for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so a total of $200 per month plus $25 per child in cash medical.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you believe that that entire agreement is in your children's best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you're asking the court to order today?
Yes, ma'am.
Pass the witness.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hollier.
I guess my only question, Ms. Ferguson, would be, do you know where Brock Kerr is?
No, I haven't seen him since March of 2023.
All right, thank you. That's all I have. I'll pass the witness.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ms. I'm sorry. Ms. Wright.
I have no questions of this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Crocker.
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McPherson.
Just that she understands that to go from each phase requires, at least for the first year, the hair testing of the hair follicle test and being negative to move on to the next phase. Is that that's your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, that's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Zalesniak.
Ms. Ferguson, this agreement doesn't contemplate any time at all for the children to be spent with Mr. Kerr, correct?
Correct.
And to your knowledge, has he spent any time at all with the kids since this case began?
No, ma'am.
Has he contacted you at all since this case began?
No, ma'am.
Expressed any interest in spending time with his daughter at all?
No.
Pass witness.
All right, thank you. Ms. Moore, back to you.
I have no further questions, Judge, and no further witnesses.
All right, thank you. All right, who wants to go next? Ms. Zalesniak, do you have any witnesses today?
I can call Ms. Stanley, but I
Okay,
don't have any case
All right.
manager. That's all right.
all right, Ms.
I'll
Very
ask-
good. Ms. Stanley, if you'll raise your right hand to be sworn, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, yes?
I do.
All right, thank you so much. You may proceed.
Are there any objections to her testifying in the narrative?
Possibly, it depends on what she's going to be testifying to.
Okay, well,
Go ahead, we'll see where we go.
Ms. Stanley, are you familiar with the MSA that was agreed to by the parties?
I am.
Is it your signature on page 6?
Yes.
Ms. Moore's exhibit number 1.
Yes,
Do you believe that this agreement is in the best interest of the children?
I do.
Does it contemplate taking some protective steps for them that address Ms. Ferguson's history of drug use?
Yes, sobriety is necessary to reach each phase. And I believe it offers incentive for the mother to stay clean and hope for her children that they can regain their mother.
Does it ensure that they, if she is clean, have the ability to maintain contact with her and a bond with her and visitation with her?
Yes,
Is Mr. Ferguson a suitable conservator?
yes,
And does this agreement allow him to be the permanent managing conservator of the children?
yes.
Do you have any objections to that at all?
Not at all.
I'll pass witness.
All right, thank you, Ms. Moore.
No questions.
Thank you, Ms. Hollier.
I don't have any questions, Ms. Stanley.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Wright.
I have no questions of Miss Stanley.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Crocker.
Ms. Stanley, with respect to the child, PF and PF only, does the mediated settlement agreement sufficiently protect the child?
Yes,
And do you believe that that is in specifically this child's best interest?
yes.
As the witness, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McPherson.
Yes, Miss Stanley, can you hear me okay?
I can.
And of course, we know what NF's wishes were in this case. Don't we?
What she would desire if possible.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
But does this mediated settlement agreement provide the protections for her, but also access and visitations with her mother?
Yes.
And as long as the mother is doing what she needs to do, it'll be increased visits and things, correct?
Yes.
And do you believe that that's in her best interest?
I do.
Thank you. I'll pass you as a witness.
All right, thank you. Back to you, Ms. Zalesniak.
Ms. Stanley, in the event that Ms. Ferguson, and hopefully this never happens, but in the event that she were to test positive for meth, moving forward in the future, what would your recommendation be to the court about whether or not she be required to wear PPE or whether or not those visits should continue in person?
The guardian ad litem's position is virtual visits only in that event that mom tests positive for meth. Leaving children at risk for exposure to meth is not in their best interest. And that's the only safeguard we can put in place that protects the children is virtual visitation until negative drug screen.
I'll pass witness.
All right, thank you. Any other questions from anyone for Ms. Stanley?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Stanley. This is kind of a global question. Under the MSA, are there provisions for NF's phone contact with the mother? Put another way, can she call her anytime she wants? Can the child call Ms. Ferguson anytime she wants?
There are no provisions in the MSA for virtual contact.
There's been no
There's-
problem
phone
with
or
that, Your
otherwise.
Honor.
There's no restrictions on phone calls.
Yeah,
All
no
right.
restrictions on the phone calls.
Okay. Well, with
So far, there hasn't been an issue. Correct. Going
Okay.
forward, the MSA is silent.
Okay. Well, I trust that will continue to be the case. Other than the nature of this drug, I don't see a problem with that, but it would please the court as to the best interest of NF for her to be able to call her mother anytime she wants. Okay. Ms. Zalesniak, are you going to want to call your client as to that outstanding issue?
On virtual visitation?
Should mother test positive for methamphetamine in the future?
No.
Okay.
I think my client is satisfied with what the court will do.
Okay, and it kind of got by me a little quickly, but did your client, I'm sure they signed the MSA?
They did, yes.
Okay. Okay, any other witnesses, any other questions of Ms. Stanley? All right, Ms. Stanley, thank you. Any other witnesses today, Ms. Zalesniak?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hollier, any witnesses?
I don't have any witnesses, just a little bit of cross-examination of Mrs. Lesniak's probably witness in the future.
Well, did I freeze? Did we all freeze or just Ms. Hollier? I think we're back. Okay.
Did you hear me or did I?
I did.
Okay.
No other witnesses other than to question the case manager. So if that's not right, let me know. Okay. Any witnesses, Ms. Wright?
No, Your Honor. As I said before, my client, whatever you rule about the PPE of the virtual visits, he is okay with either one of them.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about Mr. Kerr, what all, I guess we need Mrs. Lesniak's witness to testify about
Right.
that.
Right. So we're going to defer that issue along with the visitation or contact relative to any future positive drug tests for methamphetamine until we come back. Which hopefully will not be too long at all from today. So, Mr. Crocker, any witnesses today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. McPherson?
No witnesses today, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I'd move to recess at this time.
All right, there is a request to recess. Does everyone stipulate that we have, in fact, commenced the trial on the merits?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
thank you. So, just immediately prior to recessing, let's go off the record and talk about when we can come back. Um, Ms. Zalesniak, would you like to propose a date? I don't know that we would want to take up the time on the 13th, unless you all have settled that case. I'm guessing maybe not yet.
We have not.
Okay. So
Oh goodness,
and the 19th is quite full.
very. Let's see, I have
What's our
availability.
deadlines?
Go ahead.
What's our deadline? Our dismissal date?
Well, it went away with the commencing on the merits.
Well, that's true. So we have 3 months. Okay.
I know that I have staffings with my clients set on the 7th and on the 14th, so I know they'll be available those days. I'm sure we can. I think this training is only like once a year or something that they have to be there for, so. I don't think we can do our usual Tuesday though, in person because of the election, but we could maybe do it virtual. I don't know if anybody has places they need to be.
I think I believe I'm sitting for Judge James that day in Angelina County. That's election day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, bear with me just a moment. Is there any, well, bear with me.
I can tell you, Judge, I'm unavailable on the 7th. I am available on the 14th.
I'm not available on the 14th. I have a
I'm
contested
not
divorce.
Okay, so the 13th and the 14th are out, is that right?
We can squeeze it into the 13th. I mean, how long could it take?
I don't anticipate it taking especially long, but the Carrie trial may take a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm also taking a break in that trial because I have to go to criminal court and sit with a
Oh,
witness.
that's right. I forgot about that. Okay.
Okay, so what? Hmm.
What about the 15th?
I'm open to 15. And I would request virtual if possible.
Virtual at 9?
I can do the 15th.
Let me, okay, the 15th is good for me. Are the 7th and the 8th out, however?
I'm unavailable on the 7th and the
Or-
8th.
Okay, all right. And Ms. Zalesniak, that might have been the dates that you said you had staffing.
Oh, no, but I staffing is fine because I know they're available then. Like I
Oh,
can drive them
okay.
into court.
If
Okay.
we could do it on the 8th within an hour, I could be free in the morning. But I just wouldn't be available past 10.
I would be able to be available for an hour on the 8th as well, the same time frame.
Also virtually.
Correct.
I can do it all day the 8th, Your Honor, virtually or otherwise.
Okay, all right. So far, so good. Ms. Stanley?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
Okay, so Ms. Moore and Ms. McPherson, you all have an hour that morning. Now I think you might agree it absolutely should not take that long, but we've said that before. So since it's virtual, should we set it at 8:30?
I'm good with that.
I'm free at 8:30. I may not come in with a happy face, but I'll be here.
I already know for don't don't do things.
Michelle, be quiet. You be quiet.
Well, it won't take long to know.
Guilty.
All right, so 8:30, everybody Everybody good with 8:30 Friday, Friday 11/8, November the 8th?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, was that a reference to the election, Ms. Moore? Your face?
No, it was just a
Oh,
reference
okay.
to,
Okay. Okay.
I'll come in unhappy at 8:30 because you know I don't like to be up that early.
Okay. Well,
And you know I can't hide it. That's all I'm saying. I'll be here. I just won't be cheery. I probably won't be 15
As
minutes in.
opposed to when.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter.
thank
Can you
goodness.
mute Bonnie?
Thank goodness there's an MSA.
Just mute Bonnie and Michelle. Both of y'all. I'm done.
Okay. All right. So back on the record, cause number 64140. And both children's cases, now that they are severed, are both recessed until Friday, November the 8th at 8:30 a.m. for continuation of final trial. Okay. All right. So thank you all very much. And I trust you all have begun to operate under the MSA to the extent that it applies so far. So if there's not anything else, if there is, let me know now.
Do we need a new date?
Uh, well, I mean, it is what it is, and I think it will be January the 22nd. You know, I get, depending on which calculator you use, sometimes it's a day off. So I believe it's January the 22nd. So January the 22nd, 2025 will be the day by which I have to render, having commenced the trial on the merits without good cause to extend that. And that's probably what you were referring to earlier, Ms. Moore.
Yes.
So, all right, so we can take note of that, January 22nd, 25. Okay, thanks for that. All right, anything else? Okay, well, you all have
I have an unrelated off the docket matter that I need to actually ask the court reporter about when we're done.
Okay, very, very good. So if there's not anything else, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
And so bear with me just a minute. Wow. All right, so let me get everyone who may testify. So that's pretty much everyone except the attorneys. So raise your right hands, please, all of you who may testify, and I'll get you sworn in. All right, do you all swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes? Yes?
I do.
Yes? Okay.
Miss Hogger is texting. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can, Ms. Stanley.
Sorry. Miss Hogger is texting me, am I in? And so let me text her really quick and find out if she's using the right password or whatever, because she's definitely here.
Okay, very good. Maybe somebody, this is a new ID number, so somebody can maybe send that to her if she doesn't have it. So we'll, in light of that, Ms. Zalesniak, we'll give Ms. Hoyer one more moment.
Sure.
And Ms. Stanley, I'm going to mute your device. Let me call for the father, William Lexa. All right, no answer at this point. I recognize everyone. who's in the courtroom, and there's no one presently in the waiting room. The court will note that the mother, Stacy Lexa, is present. Thank you for that. Okay, any update, Ms. Stanley? I had to mute you.
I sent the password to her,
Password.
message. So she should be.
Okay, thank you.
At least it's not a secret handshake, Your Honor.
Right, right. Okay, here she is. Yeah. Ms. Hollier?
Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
I was in a waiting room but it said it started at 9, so I must have had the wrong Zoom.
You were in my Liberty County hearing this
Oh.
morning. So,
Oops.
all right. Well, I heard you have the password, so welcome.
Thank you.
I did call for your client, and he is not present.
Yes, sir. And I did not let him know because we got to court so late yesterday, and I just got back from Orange, so I didn't expect that. He probably doesn't know about it.
And this was a pretty quick turnaround, necessarily, but it's we're just here for an update, and so you can easily relay anything from today to him. So, all right, I have sworn everyone in. Ms. Zalesniak, did you want to call Ms. Young at this point?
Yes.
Okay, she's unmuted, so I think she's raring to go. So she has been sworn. You may proceed.
All right, Miss Young, you're the case manager supervisor on this case.
Yes.
And we last met yesterday morning on it. That would have been November 13th at our 9 o'clock docket. And there was a concern about KL's placement. And what is the update for the court about that?
We have sent the placement packet to our placement team. They have been working on sending out her packet to try to locate a placement for her. They have received several responses that were not able to accept her at this time. They are continuing to send them out. The case manager, Daniel, also sent the request for her level of care to be evaluated. He sent that in yesterday. The intake and placement supervisor has also reached out to Youth for Tomorrow to let them know that this is urgent. And they have responded that they are working on getting that reviewed as soon as possible. So far we don't have a placement secured for her just yet. They are still actively searching. We did actually just get an email from an RTC in Canyon Lake that wants to interview Kara. So we're going to let them know what time she would be available and try to get that set up as soon as possible.
I'll pass witness soon. I have any questions.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you might have just gotten that email while you were testifying. So will any interview be done, I assume, virtually?
Most likely, yes, sir, due to the distance of where the child is located, and then this placement is in Canyon Lake.
Okay. And as you understand, the kind of the last day of the 2-week notice of discharge, when is that?
We received it.
You can refresh your memory.
It will be the 24th, Sunday the 24th.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Whitewood, any questions of Ms. Young?
I have no questions. I can say the placement in Canyon Lake would be ideal. They have animal therapy there. We've had a successful young lady placed there in the past.
Well, not to mention just the scenery of the hill country and the lake. So
right, and it's a charter school.
And our child does love school. She does. Ms. Hollier?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Ms. McPherson?
Okay, can you hear me on this?
Yes.
Good. I was going to ask Ms. Young or Daniel, parapsychological came back a couple weeks ago, correct?
Okay. Let's stick to the initials.
Oh, sorry.
And
KL. I don't know who would know that, if Miss Young or Mr. Castanelis. I am probably majorly messing that last name up.
well, let's see if Ms. Young has an idea.
Believe it has came back. However, Daniel would be the one to have the date for that and has reviewed that.
The date for
No,
sorry.
We'll hold on. We'll come to you, sir.
Well, then, as far as Miss Young, so from what Miss Bythewood just said about Canyon Lake and it being a charter school, that sounds like it would be very close to the one that she said she liked with the charter school, because it would be smaller.
I'm not completely familiar with the placement or the school, but I trust Miss Bythewood's point of view.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass you as a witness.
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Ms. Lesniak.
I don't think I have anything further for Miss Young.
Okay, any other questions from anyone for Ms. Young? All right, Ms. Young, thank you very much. You can go back to mute, and Ms. Lesniak, you may call your next.
I'll call Mr. Daniel Castellanos.
All right, Mr. Castellanos, you were sworn. You may proceed, Ms.
And I think I'll pass him. I think Ms. McPherson had a question for him.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ms. McPherson, and then we'll see if anyone else does.
Yes, you were telling us about the date when the psychological came back.
Yes. So I just pulled it up.
And let's don't get too far beyond kind of the date. Yeah.
The date of the report for Kale was 10/28.
Okay, and was that forwarded over for anybody for the level of care?
Yes, it was included in the packet that I sent off to YFT as well as the placement team.
Okay, but that was just yesterday?
Today's Thursday, Wednesday morning. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I know you're a new caseworker. Those should be sent out right away. You are aware of that now?
Yes.
Okay. Just because we don't want a delay in her level of care being a hindrance for any placement, okay? That's all I'm saying.
No, I understand. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass you as a witness.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from anyone? Okay, let me just ask kind of all of you, even the attorneys, is the fact that an evaluation of her level of care has been requested, is that going to in any way slow down or affect placement search?
No, sir. That's why I had Miss Davis come, so she could, she's the one to answer these questions, because they are doing placement searches with the idea that the level of care will be significantly raised.
Okay.
And
so that won't, if it is, then that's not going to put us kind of outside Canyon Lake, for example.
correct. And Canyon because right now that particular place will not take someone with a lower level of care. In fact, she would be discharged for that. So this is pending with the understanding that the level of care will be raised. And my understanding is Keisha's also looked over the psychological, and she had a very good idea that she can articulate better than I can with another type of psychological.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Great thinking, great planning, and hopefully great execution really soon. Okay. So, Ms. Lesniak, you may call your next, if any.
I'll call Miss Davis and let Miss Bythewood ask her questions, I guess.
Okay. Thank you. And she was sworn.
Ms. Davis, what's your position with the Family Care Network?
I'm Director of Intake and Placement.
And as Director of Intake and Placement, you find place for kids, is that correct?
Correct.
And in doing so, you review the psychologicals and with the understanding that certain level of cares would be raised and that's the case here, right?
Yes, it is.
And for this particular child, you had a suggestion for a different type of psychological. Could you let the court know what that was?
It was a neuropsychological. It'll go more in depth regarding her behaviors and mental health.
And is this something that you're working on with another child so that you can tap into those resources?
Yes.
And are you asking for that to be ordered so that Star Health will pay for those services?
Yes.
Okay. And I know you're very new into this, young lady, but you spent a lot of time, and you told me how many placements have already denied placement?
63.
Okay. And so do you think that Canyon Lake would be a good fit for her?
I do believe Canyon Lake would be a good fit. They actually start at a level of care of specialized and above. So they would take specialized intense or intense plus. With her LOC, we're hoping to have it back very soon. Usually there's about a 48-hour turnaround on LOCs. So when she came into care, she was a basic level, which all children are. And so now that her packet has been submitted to YFT, we're probably looking at her coming back at a much higher level.
And when you put out for placement requests, that's pending the understanding that she will be raised.
Yes.
Okay. Have we been able to cover everything that we talked about earlier?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Is there anything else the court needs to know?
Not at this time.
All right. And can you let the court know who the person actually working on placement is?
This case was actually assigned to an intake and placement specialist, which is Carla Hadnot.
Okay. So she's a name we're all familiar with, and that pleases us greatly. So I don't have any further questions. I'll pass you as a witness. Or Ms. Zalesniak will pass you as a witness.
All right. Thank you. How is our child's level at moderate right now?
She's at basic at this time.
Okay. And at this point, that might indicate really only that the case is new.
Yes, because she just came into care last month.
Okay. And what's the turnaround for this neuro psychological?
It does take a little bit longer. It could take a couple of months for us to be able to get the referral and to actually get her scheduled with a doctor that actually does the neuropsychologicals.
Okay. But in terms of, assuming the interview this afternoon goes well, in terms of her getting this placement, is it fair to say that perhaps the most recent psychological from 10/28, along with the rest of the packet that YFT has, might get us in sooner rather than later, where we don't have to be waiting on a neuropsychological?
There is a possibility. our biggest is whenever a child goes to placement is locating a provider in that area that will be able to do the neuropsychological.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but ideally those are done in person.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other questions from anyone for Ms. Davis? Thank you very much for being here on what would have to have been very short notice.
No problem. I was happy to be here today.
Thank you. Okay. Any other witnesses, Ms. Lesniak or
No, Your Honor.
Lockwood or Sawyer or Ms. McPherson? Okay. All right. Okay, the court is going to hereby find that the Texas Family Care Network continues to make reasonable efforts. And I will order the neuropsychological. If there are any objections, let me know at this point. All right, so I will order that. Mrs. Lesniak, you are getting so good at drafting.
Is that what we're saying? Did you get my nunk this morning? I don't know.
Well, including the nunks.
Is there a date by which we're ordering the neuropsychological, or is it just that it needs to happen?
See, that's a very good question. Who knows the most about these neuropsychs?
Miss Davis.
So, you know, it all depends on if we can get a provider in that area or whatever area placement is. So,
I wonder if Miss Davis knows if a date would help kind of scoot it along.
I would put it within at least 60 days.
So like a no later then?
Yes.
And that area has a ton of providers, so it shouldn't be very difficult. It's right in between two huge metropolitan areas.
that would be Wimberley and Buda.
My mother's in Wimberley, not huge metropolitan area. She says she's a country girl.
Okay.
But yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Davis, with all due respect, I'm gonna say 30 days.
Yes,
And if that turns out to be impossible or just insufferably onerous, everybody knows they can come back and we'll revisit that. So, okay, anything else from anyone else?
Our next hearing.
Yes, Monday afternoon. And I will allow actually all of you to appear virtually. I believe most of you are going to be already in person in Hardin County that afternoon for another trial, continuation of a trial. So if you're not there already, well, either way, you all may all appear virtually. So I'll be conducting the hearing as if it's virtual, but it's going to turn out to be a little hybrid.
And what time was that Monday afternoon?
Well, why don't you all tell me? We resume at 1. And I think that might be the earliest I can get to Hardin County. So what time would be, maybe the later the better, just because there's so many moving parts. And
I have a vacation letter that day,
oh,
and
that's right.
I can be there. 1 o'clock is the best for me, but that's just for me. Any later than that night, I might ask Miss Hollier to step in for me.
Well, I
I don't
trust.
mind doing that at all.
Okay. Well, Ms. Bythewood, I'll hear this one at the top of the docket, and this shouldn't take half as long as it did today. And we really need to get back on that trial. So if you're okay with me setting it, and you may, if you're available and don't mind, you certainly may appear virtually, obviously, or Ms. Hollier can stand in for you. So
thank you.
Hopefully we'll hear a lot more good news, and I consider everything that I've heard today very good, and again, certainly reasonable efforts and beyond. So Ms. Stanley, anything from the guardian ad litem? Okay. Okay, so Ms. Zalesniak, I will sign that order as soon as I see it. And if there's not anything else from anyone else, then we will stand adjourned. I want to thank all of you for being here this afternoon, and all the work that you're doing for our child. Okay, all right. Okay, we're excused, and you're excused, and we're adjourned. Have a great